Steven.
Kevin.
David.
With our powers combined, we are the
Brothers
Board.
By the power of podcasting,
We have the power.
Well, we're back again. All three of us.
Yeah, there are
yes.
three of us. Your
Yes.
power to count is amazing.
I enjoyed the episode where you all just made fun of me for a bit and talked about
That's
classic
all we
video
did.
games.
Yeah, it wasn't that much.
I kept it straight too. I didn't keep it too much making fun of you. Kevin tried to steer it that way the whole time, but you know.
Yeah.
Whatever, I
He's
did
my-
not.
He loves making fun of us. Whenever he's with me, he makes fun of you, and whenever you're with him, he makes fun of me. That's just what he's good at that.
You
I'm
know.
a man of many talents.
But we're a couple bros, and last I recall, as we wrap up this year of 2022, we were doing apocalypses, and last I recall, we were transitioning into the basic bros apocalypse.
The Bropocalypse.
Basic bropocalypse.
Bropocalypse, that's
Basic
right.
bropocalypse.
But because of the hurricane and holidays and whatever else, we kind of got put behind. But
Bruh.
Bruh.
Yesterday I was Black Friday shopping, and these guys, these stupid teenagers, not to sound like a boomer, but they were running around the store just going, "Bro, get that thing, bro. Hey, bro," like pushing people out of the way. Asked me if I had COVID one time because I cleared my throat. And they're just going around
You got
like on their
COVID,
carts,
bro?
zooming around like
You got Brovid?
You got the Rona, bro.
dude, there's a new virus called Brovid. That's what's actually caused the apocalypse. You catch it and you become a basic bro.
Well, these dudes were trying to pass it out last night. Or yesterday morning. Everybody was getting ticked at them, but they didn't care.
It's their mission
like-
to infect the world with the Brovid-19 virus. Because they're all 19 years old, probably.
They were a
Brovid-19,
little bit younger,
Brovid-20.
but they were like maybe 16, 17. But still,
Yeah. I got a guy at work that always calls him bruh.
I say bro,
Yeah, bro.
to be honest. So that leads me to of the three of us, which one of us is the most like a basic bro? I think we could both agree that we
Steven,
can all three agree that Kevin is definitely the least basic bro of all three of us.
that's
I mean,
true.
yeah, you're probably right.
Between David and I think it's a little bit of a toss up. I think I have some more like bro language in my vernacular, but David actually was a bro. He was in a
What?
fraternity in college. So
Oh,
That's true.
a band fraternity.
That's still a
he has
fraternity.
some experience.
That's something I'm definitely the least like the
There's a
bro
bunch
because
of-
I didn't even
bunch of
go to
band
college.
nerds in there. That's all. All
What
we
was
did
your-
was set up. We did services for the bands, dude. Setting
That's
up
what they
a-
always do. They always mask it in this guise of philanthropy,
Bro.
but really it's just a party scene, right?
I did have a couple Abercrombie shirts at that time.
See?
I did. I did have a couple Abercrombie shirts, but that was back in the late 90s, dude.
Back in those were some classic bro days. What was the name of your fraternity?
Kappa Kappa Psi.
Kappa Kappa Psi.
Yes.
Man, that's pretty awesome.
Take it, sweet.
That's what they do. They do that again.
I'd rather not. KK, sweet. That's what we did.
They have that bro chant.
Dude, I was in the marching band and the pep band and the concert band. That's everyone in the fraternity. One of the rules to be in it, you had to be in a band of some kind. I'm not talking about like some kind of rock band or boy band or something. I'm just talking about an actual band, like, you know, where you played the flutes and saxophones and trombones and stuff. That kind of band. So I guess it sort of had some bro tendencies, but it wasn't like we did keggers every other day. It wasn't one of those types of things.
I'd say, I mean, because I think when it comes to bros, you have different like varieties of
Like
bros.
you two are my bros.
That's true.
Well, I mean, like in terms of like basic bros, you know, you have like your frat boys and stuff, but there's also like the gym bro, which is my probably least favorite of the bros.
Well, we know I'm the least of the three of us for that one.
Yeah. None of us are they're gym bros.
My son is turning into one of those, but go ahead.
He
Continue on.
totally
Gym
is.
bros-
That's so funny.
Just I don't know. Jim Bros just I don't know. Something about him just rubs me the wrong way.
I tried to put Bryant in a wrestling movie the other day. I'm like, you won't be able to get out of this because Miles couldn't get out of it. And Bryant's like, watch. He took him 2 seconds to get out of it.
I was texting Brian a couple weeks ago. He sent me a picture of him after his swim meet. I was like, how fast did you go? Like, and he's like, oh, what did he say? It was really funny. He's like, I don't know exactly how fast it was, just fast or something like, oh, I only go one speed, fast or something like that. I was like, okay.
But yes, I think I have one of those coming in my family, but not because of like football or something. He's on the swim team, but they do a lot of gym work. They do a lot of workouts, man. You lift, bro. He tells me all the lifting he does, and it's really more like without weights, but a lot of cardio.
Well, I gotta say I don't have that problem. One, my oldest is Kali. She's definitely not a bro. And Koa.
There could be women bros, but go ahead.
That's true. Koa does not have any bro tendencies at all. Not yet, anyway.
I do have some bro tendencies in that I love to eat Cheetos, and I also say bra a lot. I do say bra. Like, what's up, bra?
I do that. I used to do that just to make fun of the people that did it, but now I feel like it's part of my language. But Steven, Kevin was going to describe a couple more types of bros, and we interrupted him.
Oh yeah, sorry.
We talked about the gym bro. Each of these probably have roles in our apocalypse, but go ahead.
I mean, I don't know. I don't know how many different types of bros there are. I just know the gym bro particularly irritates me because when I was in the army, we had a lot of gym bros in the army.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Like for sure. I remember one guy came up to me and he's like eating some I don't know, some nasty looking protein chicken thing. And he's like, hey man, you should try some of this. You should try some of this, man. It's pretty good. I was like, nah, dude, I like my food to taste good. He's like, man, don't you want to get like big, yo? And I'm like, no, I like my food to taste good. And I like to go home after work and spend time with my family and not go to the gym. I remember I used to, we would do
You're
PT.
even keto, bro.
We would do PT at like 6 in the morning, right? And I knew guys who'd go to the gym before going to PT, would get off of work, and then they'd go to the gym again. I'm like, man, dude, like, are you ever at home? Like, what are you doing?
This is all I need right here.
Yeah, and they always. I met another gym bro one time who he when he went to the gym, he would wear a T-shirt that had a picture of himself on it.
That's awesome.
Oh,
that is such a bro
awesome.
thing. I kind of want to do that.
I feel like putting my senior high school picture on a T-shirt now and wearing it. That sounds awesome. But mine just shows me posing all sensually with the saxophone. For those of you that are listening, I don't mean anything really gross by that. Oops, I shouldn't have said that. Go ahead with the other bros.
I don't know. What other bros are there? You got like sports bros, which are different than gym bros, because gym bros like go to the gym all the time, and it's all like that's their whole shtick.
They don't play sports; they just go to the gym.
No, this thing's sports bros don't even play sports. I'm talking about the guys that join fantasy leagues, and like that's all they can talk about. I'm talking about, and you come in there and refer to like their favorite basketball team as like their team, as if they're on it. That
Until
always
they start losing, then it's them.
Basically, all Lakers fans are are sports bros.
I don't not do that myself with the Browns.
So you mentioned,
and also there's the kinds that like, they're like the country club types, like the fancy bros.
Oh,
or would you consider them more like some of those guys are also kind of like, not really like built like bros, but some of them are just like stuck up dudes. But some of them
they got a lot of stuff by Eddie Bauer though, for sure.
Yeah, and they just own a lot of things. Like, bro, which car are you taking? I'm taking my Beamer, bro.
Taking the boat out tonight.
Yeah, the yacht.
Which boat?
Oh yeah, car bros.
I'm going on the yacht with Lil Yachty. He's a rapper.
Yeah,
Anyways,
I don't know. To me, when we say bro, or we're talking about with Bropocalypse, what we're talking about is like just extremely immature, sort of like dudes who just like fixate on a particular activity
and themselves a lot,
like very vain sort of person. And usually the intelligence level is kind of on the low side, because I think if you're highly intelligent, you can't really be a bro, like a basic bro, because like,
and all of us were in marching band, so it's pretty much impossible for someone to be in marching band and be a bro.
No, I knew some bros when I was in marching band.
I think there's some bros in marching band.
Maybe in the percussion section, but
them
that
and
might be
like
about it.
I remember this one dude. He kind of fit into what you were describing, like with like kind of not the rich bros, but like the polo shirt golfing type. He was in marching band, and I remember him. Of course, David wears polo shirts and golfs, so
I'm the most bro of all of us. Okay, I get it. Back to the point.
We had a lot of bros on his march band. They even had a name for themselves. They called themselves the Sloths. They're all a bunch of bros. And a lot of them were in marching band.
oh, I remember
And
you talking
drama
about
club,
those
actually.
guys.
We had some bros in drama club. It was a weird time.
So in a bro apocalypse, I think our scenario, as I recall, I don't remember exactly, the aliens like somehow I don't want to talk. But basically, everyone's becoming a basic bro in this world we've created. So, what would be the ramifications be of that? The gym would be packed all the time. There'd be no beer available on the shelves.
That's true.
And if you want a polo shirt, too bad.
The only industries that would survive would be like
Dick's
the
Sporting
brewing
Goods, Sporting Goods
industry.
shoes.
Yeah, the brewing industry, or not brewing, just
The
brewing
brewing industry.
Country clubs,
like
clubs.
gyms, and then like sports.
Country clubs would, but only for like some people that go to country clubs aren't bros, but a lot of them are.
I think the majority of people who go to country clubs aren't.
But there are some
it's-
definitely some country
A
club.
lot of sons of country
bros.
club goers are bros, I guess you could say.
Yes, that is the accurate. The sons of country club goers are definitely bros.
Yes, that is
So,
accurate.
Golf courses
In
would
Florida,
be
there's a
booming.
lot of those because Florida, there's a lot of like people who golf down here. I think because it's a retirement area.
Before we get any further, can we talk about one of my least favorite bro activities?
Yeah, sure.
It probably is happening a lot during this apocalypse, so go ahead.
Yeah, but so I'm talking about the guy, usually like a frat dude, who like carries a guitar everywhere he goes and like serenades women, but the only songs he can play are like Stairway to Heaven and like Freebird, and that's it. Like that's his whole thing. Like
I
he can
won't
play
even give
those
him
two
Stairway,
songs.
dude. Don't even give him Stairway.
No, but that's
Freebird,
usually
maybe.
no, I'm gonna say they like it. I'm just saying that's usually what they play. And then
Usually bros like that aren't bros. Like bros usually can play like one or two love songs. They can't really rock out, can they?
No, well, they're never very good. 'Cause usually they play a couple chords like, hold on, bro, I messed up. And then they like start over and they try to, and then like the skinny blonde girls just kind of look at them like they're
Woo
this
girls.
amazing musician.
Woo!
And you're like, dude, you're playing a song that every other bro plays. Like, come on, man. I
So-
feel like that's something, I feel like it's an activity Steven would be more prone to do, though.
I don't even know how to play Stairway to Heaven. I write my own
When I was in
songs.
high school, I would whip out the horn every now and then, but I didn't play guitar so much.
Excuse me? You would what now?
The saxophone, I'd whip that out, but I didn't play guitar. So
Yeah, but you
think
didn't carry
another-
around everywhere you went.
that's true. At college, I did because I had to use it pretty much everywhere we went.
See, that would be a cool
But
bro.
it's different
though.
than carrying
Like,
around
there's
a guitar.
a bro that carried a saxophone around all the time, just like played and actually played the saxophone. That would be like, okay, that's pretty cool.
That wouldn't
Like,
be a
like
bro,
more
though.
just-
More,
That wouldn't
I'd
be a bro,
more
because-
like, you're right, I'd
because-
be like a
Someone who did that wouldn't be like trying to get the girl by playing a saxophone.
They're doing it
Or
for the
if it's a
passion of
saxophone,
music.
usually you're just trying to get people to throw a little change into your case.
Yeah.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's true.
It's like a homeless bro. That doesn't count.
Homeless bro.
Homeless
Brom-
someone with
bromless.
Bromeless.
I think another popular
I
bro
think the way
activity.
this thing should end is a lot of these bros should be homeless. But go ahead.
Another popular bro activity, and at first I was thinking, oh, bros probably don't game. Incorrect. Call of Duty is a
You game,
big
bro?
bro thing.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
that is a bro
For
activity
sure.
for
A lot
sure.
of-
What about Madden? Madden.
Oh yeah, and all the sports games, Madden, even though it's the same game every year.
No, but Call of Duty is a different level though. Like if there was a gamer bro, Call of Duty would be like their anthem.
That's true.
But these are the kind of guys that drink a lot of Mountain Dew.
The fantasy
And-
football.
Like
No, dude,
so we have the
bros don't drink Mountain Dew. Bros don't drink Mountain Dew. They drink Red Bull.
That's
Yes.
true. Red Bull or not Monster. What's the other one? Rockstar. So you got like the fit bros, the gym bros. Then you have a bro that is definitely not like a fit person. And that's like the kegger bros. We talked about them. And then like these gamer bros might not be. So they kind of hang out together, but they're very different too.
And they also judge each other still. At least the fit rich bros
Yeah.
judge the others.
Yeah.
But they still let them hang out with them just so they have someone to judge and make fun of. Yeah. So-
Either way, when it comes to this apocalypse, we're looking at a society that's all about like nothing but Call of Duty, which let's face it, we're kind of there already.
Narcissistic.
That would also train them well for defending themselves, kind of.
No, it doesn't. Actually, kind of sidetracked here, but I actually saw this video one time where it was like a bunch of gamers, and they had like a paintball match with like these like army infantry soldiers, and they were like like just to see what would happen. And these gamer dudes were like, oh, well, we got good communication when we game, so like I think we could win. They got destroyed. It was pretty good. It was a pretty fun video to watch.
Bro.
Bro, you're all painted.
Bro, check your 6, dude. Check your 6.
Check your 6, dude. It's so true. Well, they did 3 matches. They actually won the first match because I think that the soldiers kind of underestimated them a little bit. But after the soldiers realized like they did have some level of communication from playing Call of Duty and stuff, they upped their game and then they destroyed the dudes in the next 2 rounds matches.
We got to get to this apocalypse though. So we've described the types of bros there are. We described some things that are popular with them. So what happens?
We briefly mentioned the ramifications, such as like, sporting goods stores would be crazy. Maybe some of the gyms would be packed.
Dude, there'd be a lot of consumption of beef jerky too.
Yeah, a lot of beef jerky, a lot of Doritos.
Yeah.
The vitamin store. That's
GNC.
Yeah, that one would be people. There'd be it'd be like Black Friday at all those. People be lined up out the doors.
Since this is an apocalyptic scenario, all those industries you just described, I'm assuming in this situation, a lot of the planet's resources would go towards creating those products and less on things that actually mattered. And that's how it becomes an apocalyptic event.
And there'd be a lot more supplements that people would start to experiment with. But how did weird things happen to their body? Like, how did this start again? Like,
I can't remember. It was something with aliens.
That's right. The bros somehow beat the aliens. That's what happened. The
aliens wanted to be bros at one point in time.
That's right.
No, but I think the problem with this apocalypse would be like the general intelligence level of society would be gone. Like politics would just, I don't even know if they would even
exist. There's some bros in there too, though, to be honest.
Yeah, no, I get that. What I'm saying is like nothing would be accomplished. Like it would be a very stagnant sort of society because, we're just talking about like, frat boys and like going to the gym all the time and like all the stuff that really doesn't matter would become like the priority. And so like there would be no progress in society at all.
I will say there are smart bros out there. There are a few. I've met some who are like super high GPA at college, but also
but they have it just to brag about it though. They don't really apply it.
That's true. Yeah.
So how do we get out of a bropocalypse?
The world's overrun with bros, right? So obviously there's a bropocalypse.
Bullying is like running rampant. I don't know if the bros would like try to kill the other people, but they definitely bully them and put them down. And, so eventually people are just going to get really, really ticked at these bros.
There's one species or set of species. I don't want to say species, phylum maybe is the word, that would definitely be able to overthrow any human conqueror that is currently on this planet, actually, as we speak. They're everywhere.
And they're probably with you because you have all those animals with you right now. Like
that's probably true. Dinosaurs. And I live in Texas, so there's that. And I'm speaking, of course, of like arthropods. So like bugs and like spiders.
They probably would get freaked out by those. You're right.
What I'm saying though is, like, I feel like the next apocalypse would be, I don't know how it would fall into taking over from the bros, but I feel like the next apocalypse would be like all arthropodic species would band together and become like the ruling class on the planet. Which could actually happen. But
I appreciate the transition that's happening here. But you said, how would we get rid of the bros? I think, don't you guys think it might take a little longer than we like, and we might get old by then? But wouldn't the bros just eventually take care of themselves because they're idiots?
I think you might be onto something there. Yeah, you're right.
Wouldn't they just start like fighting with each other, or just seeing if they could outbench each other? And eventually, like when they're not paying attention, that's when the arthropods would just like they'd forget to clean up the Red Bull mess. So all these ants would come in.
All these
ants and stuff would come into their places of residence.
We already talked about like the industries which would kind of become predominant that we can't sustain. The planet can't sustain those industries exclusively. And we did talk about how like society would kind of collapse because of how basic and like kind of dumb the bros are. So I think
they would destroy
I think it would just kind of
themselves.
happen. Like it would take a while. It would definitely, of all our apocalypses, this would be the longest lasting, I think.
Yeah.
But eventually, like people would become so dumb that like it just can't function as society anymore.
And then all the arthropods would be like, "Here's our time," and then they rise up.
Speaking of
And-
communicating, back to what the bros thought they could do in the paintball match, can't ants communicate like that? Like,
They communicate through
Bugs-
pheromones, yeah, for
yeah, there
sure.
you go. And
I feel like bros communicate through pheromones as well, to be honest.
They're an advanced species in that way.
they are, but they're not. Like, they're advanced physically, but mentally, like their muscles probably could communicate to each other. And
My
they're
bicep was talking to your quad the other day.
eventually like their
Oh,
fancy
man.
polos. But also, you know what? Another thing might happen is the Abercrombie Bros versus the Hollister Bros. That could eventually could become not a good thing.
And then
Like,
the American Eagle and Aeropostale bros, so they're like beneath them. They're like, oh,
right.
American Eagle.
Like eventually there'd be some kind of civil war and eternal discord. And while that's I think they would wipe themselves out eventually because they're just not very smart. So we see some internal discord happening with the bros. I mean, it's been a little while, but how do the insects you have your lab coats on? Have you found a way to communicate with these insects and it works at first, but then it goes wrong?
Yes, I love it. So in another one of my experiments with my lab coat,
Like some kind of Ant-Man type thing or what?
I'm trying to do, it's a translational lab, a
'Cause
biological
most
translational
experiments do
lab,
go wrong, but go ahead. Sorry.
where I'm trying to link the behavior of like hive mind and like bugs with bros and trying to study the
I mean,
correlation.
it kind of makes sense because I feel like the bro would kind of have eventually would have a bit of a hive mind to them.
Yes. And then in my experiments,
Didn't you do something like you told me you invented some songs or some types of instruments that you had me play to try to control the bugs? So you figure out how to control their mind. I got them to play music that would control what they did.
yes,
Kevin already thinks on their level, so he's got that going for him. So that's kind of what we did to try to overcome this one, yeah. But we
yes,
sort of lost control of this a little bit.
I'd say that's an understatement for this podcast at the moment.
Well, I think before we get into our next podcast, though, because we've done this the other ones, like how likely do we think that a bropocalypse would be? I think it's pretty up there, honestly.
Oh, really?
I really
I think
do.
so too. Like, I think it's the highest one so far.
No, I think the weather one's probably the most.
Oh, I don't know. The way we painted the weather one, I guess it could be. Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, I think in general of all of them, the weather's probably the most likely. But bropocalypse is not far behind for sure because we already kind of see it a little
better
bit.
chance of that than dinosaurs or probably even
aliens. Well,
zombies.
aliens could be.
Aliens,
I think you're right.
Yeah.
The bropocalypse is kind of happening. I mean, there are still people who are not bros,
Especially in America, it's happening.
yeah, that's true. We're talking America. Worldwide, maybe not so much, but Western countries definitely.
But so like we made up. You're studying how to get rid of these bros. It's working a little bit, but then it goes wrong, and kind of like it gives the bugs too much power.
Yes, it gives the bugs too much knowledge,
and once again, the lab coats have failed us.
Then they rise up, and that is how we're going to go into our
when the ground opens and then like just millions of ants start pouring out. Dude, that would be freaky, man. I would hate that. Like I don't know. Can you imagine that? And like a couple ants, I'm like, what if I see a couple ants now? I'm like, whatever, it's fine. But you saw like a million of them just popping out, like coming at you.
They could kill someone, like if enough of them swarm someone and eat all their flesh, and like ants could take care of somebody.
And that's a little taste of what we're going to discuss in the arthropod apocalypse. Thanks for hanging out, everybody. We'll catch up with you next time talking about arthropod apocalypse.
Sup, bros? Hey, thanks for hanging out with us. We're the Brothers Born Podcast, and today we talked about a bunch of bros. Like, what if bros took over the world? I think that'd be a pretty sweet world to live in, don't you? Next time we're going to be talking about what if bugs took over, like arthropods taking over the world. That'd be wild, dude. Alright, brah. You know, if you want to show that you appreciate our show, we activated the donation option if you want to. If you don't want to, totally get it, dog. Totally fine. You can show you appreciate us by sharing the show with your bros also. That would totally be sick. All right, contacts. You want to slide into our DMs, bro? You just gotta email us at brothersbornpodcast@gmail.com.
Okay. Sorry.